Welcome back on netbooknews.it. This is a review of the Samsung 10-inch netbook, latest model available in Italy, Samsung NC210. Its distinctive feature is the ultra-thin case, well finished and realized with a good construction quality. Let's take a look at the technical specs. Atom processor N550 dual-core, 250GB hard disk, and a good, indeed excellent, 6 cells battery. Here it is. It sticks out very little at the back, but with its 6660 mAh, it gives a really impressive battery life. The exclusive feature of this netbook is the large touchpad, the biggest of its kind, even bigger than the spacebar here. You can see 2 buttons, soft, precise and silent as well. The surface of the touchpad supports the multi-touch function. For these aspects, the touchpad is one of the strongest points of this product. Compared to the previous models, the NC210 has a different ergonomics keyboard. Anyway, the island keyboard is maintained, as well as the size and the distance between one key and the other. But the whole thing is shifted downwards. The palm rest here is now smaller, whereas the space between the screen and the first key row is bigger. The start key is about 2 cm in size, and this is a different feature from the past, which has a great impact on the ergonomics. Personally speaking, I prefer the previous models, with the keyboard shifted upwards and therefore more accessible for people with big hands. Anyway, like I have already said, the keyboard is very comfortable, one of the best in netbooks available nowadays. The 10-inch screen is the matte type, and it can support 1024x600 pixel resolution. Moreover, thanks to the anti-glare finishes, it's ideally suited for use in the open, with adverse light conditions, i.e. near a window or in broad sunlight. Unfortunately, compared to the previous Samsung models, this netbook lacks the quality of viewing angles. I hope you can see that. When we tip it forward, it immediately forms a halo on the side. Before we go into detail, let's take a look at the distinctive features. On the right side, we see 2 USB ports, microphone and earphones outputs, video VGA output, and the on-off switch button lit by this LED. On the left side, we find the third and last USB port, the current collector and the Ethernet port. Looking at the front of the netbook, besides the system LEDs, that is the adapter for SD cards, with the multi-size card reader. What leaps at us at first sight is this chromium-plated lid, finished with a particular decoration that reminds of fingerprints. Indeed, exactly for this reason, as it looks so shiny, it is actually not so sensitive to the finger mark problem. At the end of this section, dedicated to the general and aesthetic features of this product, I want to tell you about the possibilities for upgrading. This netbook has a door at the bottom that allows to access the RAM, a DDR3 type. You can only increase of 2 GB, and one is pre-installed. To access the hard disk, you need to completely disassemble the netbook. Now let's talk about the pre-installed software. This netbook comes with a series of very interesting utility programs by Samsung. Among these, I will point out the one that allows you to use the USB port to recharge any device, MP3 player, mobile phone or whatever else you want. With the netbook off, all you need to do is to activate it. Now I'm going to tell you about the fast start. This is a function that allows you to restart the netbook 3 seconds after it freezes. This occurs on the screen closure, and as you can see, it only needs to be enabled. And we have the Samsung Recovery Solution, a well-known feature for people who already use this brand of products. It gives you an integrated control panel for everything that concerns the backup and the restart of the operating system. The supplied software includes other programs and Samsung utilities, and I suggest you give them a chance, because some of these are very useful and interesting. Now, let's see what the processor does when we want to play HD 720p videos from a local resource as well as in streaming. Let's just start with the video streaming. I go on YouTube. Now I'm using a Wi-Fi connection. Let's look for an HD film trailer. We can choose this one, the road. I open the window, click on 720p full screen. Here's the video.
Metto 720p. Accendiamo il volume.
So, as you can see, we can display this HD video without any trouble at all. Let's have another try. This is possible only thanks to the dual-core processor. With the previous model, single-core, it was very difficult. Let's now see Resident Evil, 720p, here too. Enlarge the window, start Task Manager, so we can also see the loading. Here it is. Anyway, you've seen that we have no problems in playing videos. Now let's try with a local resource. Here we have two 720p movies, and as you can see, here too we have no trouble with HD videos. I can open another. You can see the loading on the CPU. I'd like to specify that it's only the CPU that manages HD video files. The graphics adapter is not able to speed up the contents, because it's the integrated Intel GMA 3150, so the loading, it's all done on the processor. As you can see, the heating is normal too. The netbook has been on for about 40 minutes and the peak has been 58 degrees Celsius, while the videos were playing. This means a good lateral temperature too, because of the lateral grids. And the computer fan seldom, if ever, switches on, and anyway, it's not so annoying. Another quality of the Atom N550 processor is a low performance increase during multitasking. Don't have great expectation from this type of processor though. In fact, as you can see here, with only 2 HD videos open, the CPU is always on 100%, so in the meantime you can't do anything else. The good thing about it is the low power consumption. If we maintain the display brightness at 50%, that is what you're seeing now, 4 bars out of 8. Like in my latest test, we can see that the battery life is 7 hours and 26 minutes. And I think that, considering we are talking about netbooks, it's the best performance I have seen in several months. My test meant surfing the net continuously until the battery was completely discharged. I went on forums, blogs, YouTube, social networks, in order to properly simulate the real behavior of the average user. To sum up, the Samsung NC210 has many plus points and only one flaw, the viewing angles. However, this 10-inch netbook, it's the best in terms of battery life among those available nowadays, not to mention the design and the care given to the quality of the construction. Finally, I would like to remind you that the Samsung NC210 has been available in Italy for the last few days, and the list price is €349. For more details and further information, I suggest you read the complete review on netbooknews.it.